Hello there, you're welcome to another edition with Offshore Dimensions. And we are talking to you live from our Parker Store showroom at Bogije Ibejuleki, Lagos State, Nigeria. There is a high chance that you've seen a failed hose assembly, or you want to know how to change your hose assembly. In this video, I'll show you how to make a new hose assembly from scratch. So stay tuned as I show you how. To begin with, you will need to select the correct hose for your application. And in this case, it's Parker. It is important to identify what the manufacturer's specifications are using the hose ley line. We have done a previous video on what ley line is and how to read it. All the same, ley lines are text printed or molded on the hose, featuring part numbers, size, standards, and working pressures required to make hose selection simple. Next, we need to identify the required fittings. Many machines use common types that you are familiar with, but it is easy to get mixed up. As a basic guide, BSP short here features a 60-degree cone sealing face, and with the male having an inverted cone. Jig fittings have a 37-degree core and seal metal to metal, with the male having a convex core. ORFS or O-ring face seals have a flat sealing face, with the male housing an O-ring. Metric fittings, common throughout Europe, seal on a 24-degree cone. Flanges often used on higher pressure lines can be called 61 or 62, depending on pressure. Once we have our hose and fittings, we must measure and cut up the hose accurately. However, it is industry standard to measure core to core or end to end to ensure the correct cut-off length. And on straight fittings, this is the sealing point inside the nut. On a 90-degree fittings, you must measure up to the center line of the sealing face. Once you have measured the original hose, you must have the cut-off length of the selected fittings to determine the cold pause length. This is the point from the sealing phase or center line of the fitting to the full hose insertion. Once the hose is marked, we cut it using a dedicated hose cutting machine so that you can have the provided square cut necessary to ensure a perfect seal when swaging the fittings. This is aided by a serrated disc. As you can see, this enables the cutting machine to efficiently and smoothly cut through the hose. With an ideal straight cut, we can push the fitting onto the hose and shearing the collar bottoms out on the square edge. Now we have our hose assembled. We need to swage it. First, we find the correct swage dimensions, which will be provided by your supplier. Then we crimp. If the hose is under crimped, then the compression seal is not formed by the first tail and the ferrule. This allows leak paths to form behind the hose tail. And oil is forced through the wires of the hose and can cause blistering, leading to hose burst. The alternative is over-crimping, the hose which compresses the ferrule and distorts the hose tail. This can reduce the flow rate as well as being exaggerated on large bore hoses. It can cause blockages on small bore hoses. I believe that after our video, now you know how to replace your hose assembly or how to change your hose assembly. Now, at Offshore Dimensions, we sell and distribute hose kits assemblages for a huge range of applications and can supply fully tagged, label untested hoses and kits to meet any requirement. Now, for more information on any hose fittings machinery or any of our other products, be sure to call the numbers on your screen or email us at sales@offshoredimensions.com. You can also visit our e-commerce website at parkerstore.offshoredimensions.com. Visit any of the social media handles on your screen, or you can message us, and we just want to hear from you. Till next time when we come your way again with another wonderful, insightful content, stay safe and be blessed.